A warm greeting. Today is Sunday, May 28, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. Next Thursday will mark the official start of the 2023 hurricane season in the Atlantic region, and here at Hurricane Info, we are closely monitoring any system that has the potential for cyclonic development. In this video, I will be talking about the area northeast of the Gulf of Mexico and the waters west of Florida. Towards the end of this week, we may see the development of a low-pressure system that could have some possibilities for cyclonic development. It is anticipated that a low-pressure system similar to the one currently located over North Carolina, which developed just north of the Bahamas and moved northeast, may form. This system even had a slight chance of cyclonic development, but ultimately did not become a subtropical or tropical cyclone. However, it did bring strong winds and showers that affected South Carolina and North Carolina. Currently, it is moving over land and will continue to weaken in the coming hours. Now, let's discuss what we can expect towards the end of this week. First, I want you to take a look at this pattern expected at higher levels of the atmosphere, where we can see that the ensemble of GFS model members is forecasting high pressure over a large part of the United States. This will displace the jet stream considerably to the south over the Gulf of Mexico region. This pattern is very similar to what we observe during El Niño events and often leads to the formation of troughs and low-pressure systems moving along the northern Gulf of Mexico and the southeastern waters of the United States. Therefore, this is the area in particular that we need to monitor for the possibility of low-pressure development with potential tropical characteristics. It is important to mention that the conditions will not be entirely favorable for cyclonic development. However, in my opinion, I believe that the National Hurricane Center will designate this area as an area with probabilities of cyclonic development over the next 7 days. So, we are attentive to see what the National Hurricane Center says. One thing to consider is that the sea surface temperatures along the Gulf of Mexico and east of the state of Florida are around 25 degrees Celsius. These temperatures could potentially support cyclonic development of any slow-moving low-pressure system in this area, and that's precisely what the best global weather models are showing us. Let's start with the GFS model, where you can see that between Thursday and Friday, there is a lot of moisture over the state of Florida. By the weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday, it develops a quite strong low-pressure system east of the state of Florida and then moves it slowly near or over the northern coast of Florida or the coastal region of Georgia. It is crucial to note that this image shows the percentage of relative humidity in the atmosphere, where brown color indicates areas of low humidity and green colors indicate high humidity. Therefore, we can see that this potential low-pressure system for the weekend is surrounded by a considerable amount of dry air, which is typically associated with non-tropical systems. This leads me to believe that, if any system does develop, it is likely to remain quite weak. Currently, the probabilities of development must be quite low, similar to what we observed with the low-pressure system that moved over the state of North Carolina. Furthermore, we have the European model, which is very similar. Look at this area of moisture affecting the state of Florida between Saturday and Sunday, and then it develops a low-pressure system and moves it over northern regions of Florida. However, like the GFS model, it shows a low-pressure system with characteristics that do not appear to be tropical at the moment. We also have the UCMT model, which develops a low-pressure system east of Florida and east of Georgia, also for this weekend, specifically on Sunday. Additionally, the German model has a fairly similar forecast, but you can see that it has a quite extensive low-pressure system, most likely without showing cyclonic development. However, it aligns with the other models in that we will at least have a low-pressure system in this area, which we will monitor for any eventualities, regardless of whether we see cyclonic development or not. We know that weather conditions will deteriorate over Florida during this weekend. For example, here we have estimates of rainfall for the next 5 days, and particularly between Thursday and Sunday, we expect significant rainfall with accumulations ranging from 1 to 3 or 4 inches of widespread rainfall across the entire state. This rainfall will be welcome, especially for sectors in central Florida that are experiencing significant drought. Not only will the rain affect this area over the weekend, but we will likely also have strong winds developing along the northern region of Florida. According to the forecast from the GFS model, we could have wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour affecting sectors in northern Florida, including the cities of Jacksonville and Gainesville. So, while residents of Florida may currently be at ease, I encourage you to stay attentive to the National Hurricane Center in the coming days to see if this area will have any chances of development. Well, that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below that reads subscribe and then click on the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload new videos. If there are any significant changes in this forecast, I will record another video during this week, especially for the residents of the state of Florida. Until then, take care.